Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So just wanted to say hello and thank you guys very much for taking the time to join us for our the first webinar that I'm helping to host. And a warm thank you to Ruxar and Holly for leading this webinar. Today we're going to talk about increasing sales and delivering optimal client results. Now, at the end of the day, it's all about our clients, and it's all about the results that we are going to deliver them. On the back end, and it's also going to help to drive revenue. But ultimately, our main goal is to create happy clients and healthy, glowing, even skin tone. Just to introduce myself for those of you who may not know me, I'm Danielle Rossell. I am the Director of Education for ClarityRx. I am a licensed esthetician and a certified laser technician, and education really is a passion of mine, and I think it is the foundation of success within anything that we do. So within aesthetics, this industry is always changing and evolving. And so with that, we need to make sure that we are always keeping up to date and connecting with everybody. So thank you. This is one of many webinars that we will be doing in the future. So we are recording this though. So if you know anybody that wasn't able to hop on, we are recording the webinar. So you'll be able to go back, review anything, and we'll share the link as well. So just to introduce Clarity, I know many of you know Clarity, so I won't spend a ton of time on this, but I do think it's important to really make that connection with the brand. So Clarity is a very clean line, and when I say clean, it's free of all those irritants, dyes, fragrances. All of our products are plant-based, but they will deliver results. So again, efficacy is the most important thing. And if we can have a healthy, beautiful skin with none of the added fillers, then why would we not want to use that in our skincare? And why would we not want to have that product line as our recommendation for our clients? We believe healthy skin is beautiful. I think healthy skin is also a piece of us that helps to instill confidence. So when we are treating our clients, we are giving them that confidence so that way they can put their best foot forward. It's all about helping people. So I'm very, very honored to have both Ruxar and Holly joining us today. Both of them are based in Canada. So Ruxar works out of Ajax and Oshawa. She is a licensed esthetician and a Clarity master. I've had several conversations with Ruxar, and the amount of knowledge and information and passion that she has for the industry, helping her clients and training really just shines through. So I can't wait to have you guys listen to her. And then we have the wonderful Canadian-based ClarityRx educator, Holly Anson. She is a licensed esthetician and a certified laser technician who, again, her passion, her knowledge and excitement for the industry really shines through, and they have a ton of knowledge and information. I know I learn something new every single time I speak with each of them. So they really are the stars of the show. I'm just kickstarting it for everybody. So thank you very much, Ruxar and Holly, for joining us. Looking forward to a jammed-packed full 30 minutes of information that everybody joining us today can utilize and apply. The webinar finishes at 12:30. At 12:31, you can take some of this information and apply it right away to help our clients and help boost and grow the business. So I I'm going to be moderating throughout the time here. So I'll be asking some questions, but if you guys have any questions at all, please come off mute, ask them. If you want to type in the chat box, we want to make sure that this is about you guys and you learn everything that you need and are wanting to learn. So to really kick it off, I'm going to have each Roxar and Holly share why they chose and why the difference that Clarity has made, both for them as an esthetician, but also for their spa. So Roxar, I'm going to have you start. So will you just share with us the difference that you've seen by introducing Clarity to your clients, the difference that you've seen in their skin and also in the spa that you're working at, and why you are so excited to offer Clarity treatments to your clients?
First of all, hello everyone. So it's my pleasure to do this today with ClarityRx. So I'm actually very, very excited and nervous too a little, but I'm gonna go ahead. So why I chose Clarity? First of all, plant-based, and they're literally results-driven professional skincare line. And in these days, like there's so much, going on into the world, the toxins and everything we put on our skin. But when we think about plant-based, like this is like you just like, okay, this is what I need for my skin. This is what's gonna make my skin better. I'm not putting more chemical into my skin. So like I always just tell my clients how Clarity is already committed to giving their clients a better, youthful, healthy looking skin without any chemicals, fragrances, and that the pesticides and which can harm our skin and environment. And that's where literally is like stands me out everything what Clarity does. Like, there's no chemicals, fragrance free, cruelty free, sulfate free, and pharmaceutical grade, which we need in these days because there's already very like toxics, chemicals all over. So we don't want to put more chemicals into our skin. So, and plus overall, Clarity has products for every skin type of it. Like every skin type. Is there any sensitive skin, pigmented skin, aging, rosacea, any client who has concern, we can treat them with these products. So plant-based products that not only have like less chemicals in them, it's most important they pack with nutrients which can like pump our skin, hydrate our skin, give us like that glow. So for me, choosing that brand, it was like the best decision I ever made. So I'm actually glad I did it. And my clients are very, very happy with it.
And,
So I will leave that to Holly now.
yeah, one quick question for you,
Yes.
Roxar. So why do you think that the spa and you have done so well with bringing in Clarity? Is it because it's a different option? Will you just maybe elaborate a little bit more on that, on your spa and both Ajax and Oshawa they've done so well with bringing in Clarity?
Yes. So first of all, obviously, a lot of people, when you tell them it's plant-based, they're like, okay. First thing is that, like, when you tell them no chemicals, everybody loves it. And the second, when you talk about the Clarity, the price-wise, everything is so like appealing to clients. And then if you explain clients the proper ingredients, they know this is the best brand they can put on their skin. So that really stands out for like, clients, like the ingredients, the packaging, everything Clarity has done it is amazing.
Great. Thanks, Roxar.
Mhm.
Holly, how about you? What I know there's many differences. So why Clarity, and how has Clarity helped you and your spa and treating your clients?
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Danielle. And thank you, Rexar. What a complete, just feedback on the ClarityRx line. And you really touched on so many points there. So that's wonderful. I always love to hear your feedback.
Thank you.
Definitely, we're seeing a huge movement. When we started in aesthetics, or when I started in aesthetics almost 20 years ago, everything was very chemically driven. Everything was, very science focused, but in a way that we had so much room to evolve. So now we are seeing a lot more clients coming in health conscious. They want a solution that is going to be environmentally friendly, but also still very effective for their skin. So when I saw that tagline, plant-based, science-focused, and result-driven, that's what really drew me to the line for my clients. And when they come in, really all I have to focus on are those key points of the products being plant-based, no fillers, ensuring that we're using pharmaceutical grade ingredients, and really driving home those results for a majority of different skin types, from hyperpigmentation to acne, rosacea, aging skin, you really have a complete solution for everyone, both in office as well as at home solutions. So I feel like we've really done a great job at bridging the gap between those daily care options and those professional solutions.
And most importantly, it's like what we're putting on our skin, that's what our skin mostly absorbs. So we want to make sure we're putting something more healthier, you know, not filled with chemicals. So that's very important.
That's what we always say. Our skin, the integumentary system, is the largest organ of elimination. So it makes sense that what you're putting on it can be properly digested and can be metabolized in a way that it's not going to harm your body. So that's what I love about ClarityRx in my spa.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I know there's so much information out there, and our clients are really doing their job and their due diligence to research, and they're becoming more selective. But the great news is Clarity has been, you know, plant-based and clean before it was, you know, the cool thing to do or the most, you know, well-known thing of people really seeking it out. We've been, you know, we started in 2005 and we were clean from day one. So it's really nice to see that really starting to catch on and have that option. And it, you know, your point of having solutions for every single person, I think is really, really important. Every skin's different, every client's different, their skin changes from treatment to treatment. So that versatility in treatment options really is important, and the exclusivity with it within your spa.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that too. Like, I love how they can only get these products over the spas, not like, you know, over the counter, or they can go to any other different, you know, retail store to get the products, which is really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're doing the legwork of making the recommendations, and they're able to get it from you. So it's great.
Absolutely.
Good here.
Yeah, sorry, trying to. It's loving your beautiful faces on this slide, and it's not progressing forward. So hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, so one of the big things that I had wanted to do from day one, starting with Clarity, is really immerse myself in with the hand and stone culture, and I'm really looking forward to getting up once, you know, borders open. Canada's, you know, top of my list to be able to get out there. So we're settling for video conferences and phone calls, but time and time again throughout my conversations, both in Canada and in the US, but a lot of in Canada, is really looking at ways on being able to increase those treatment upgrades. So having that conversation within the treatment room of, okay, they're coming in for a basic facial, but how do I get them to then transition into an exceptional facial, doing, you know, an LED add-on? So Roxar, will you share with us kind of some of your key successes and tips in being able to do those add-ons and those upgrades within the treatment room?
Of course. So I always say, treat your clients with a smile, like know their name before, you know, because when you know their name and you give them a smile, they already start liking you, you know, so they are already like, okay. So asking the right questions, ask, like, you know, when we're doing a consultation, we just want to make sure we know their concerns, what they are here for, you know, what they're looking for, what their goals are. So if we listen to those key points, we can do upgrades very, very well. So like if they have any allergies, like, are they taking any medication which is going to make them like treatment, like, you know, more sensitive to their skin, and then ask them, are they smoking, or but what their lifestyle is, more important, what their lifestyle is. So that's where we can just see how we can treat their skin, and then give them an option, like give them a couple options to treat. That's where, like, when we're doing a skin analysis, that's very important, because what we're looking and feeling and touching their skin, that's where we can tell them, okay, so this is what I'm looking at your skin. And then again, think about what they said in the beginning too about their concerns, then combine them together, concerns and then what you see in it, and then tell them, okay, this is what I see. I feel like this is what our treatment plan should be, and this is how we're going to treat your skin, and explain them in the details. When you do that, your client will never say, okay, I don't want to do this upgrade, because when you telling them into details, every little thing you think is better for their skin, they're going to say, okay, yeah, go ahead, whatever you think is better for my skin, we'll do it. So again, if the client just say, okay, no, I'm here only for basic, again, explain them one more time. Basic facial is great facial, but it will take a little bit more longer time. What your concerns, what you told me in our consultation. So if we do a facial, which is for your skin, it's made like all these facials, like all the treatment, pretty much you telling your clients, just tell them these treatments will give them a better results, faster results, and then they don't have to like, wait for a result for over a couple of months, because basic facial is going to take a little bit more longer time to give them a result. So that's where like a basic facial comes, like, you want to tell them basic facial will take a little bit more time to give them a result. When we treat them according to their concerns, they will have a better result, faster results. They can achieve their goal faster. So that's very important.
Achieve your goal faster. I think that's,
yes.
We all want results.
We all want that,
right?
I feel like consultation is the main key. If we can, if we can get that point clear with them, we are good to go for rest of the treatment, because that's where sometimes I feel like consultation, we miss some point. Like, sometimes we get just like, okay, clients is running late, we want to do a shorter consultation. I feel like always spend your good time on a consultation, because that's where you will decide what your client is looking for. Because if you rush them, they can feel it. Clients like literally can sense you when you're rushing them. So always take your good time. And then if they're really, really late, you can ask like, reschedule, or you can just like ask for like another like treatment option, which can take a little lesser time, but just don't rush your consultation, because that's very, very important.
That's a great tip. Now, percentage wise, would you say in a week, about how many are you doing of exceptional facials, or making sure that there's upgrades included in all of your treatments versus your basic facials?
So mostly my facials are always upgraded. I hardly do any basic facial. Like maybe when men come in, it can be sometimes they just don't like prefer like to go having excessive like treatment. They want just something basic. Then yeah, other than that, I hardly do any basic facial.
Okay.
Like always exceptional facials.
Love it. Now, yeah. Holly, any question as far as maybe overcoming some objections? If somebody, you're going through this wonderful consultation process and somebody says, I'm just here for relaxation. Are there some specific questions that you like to ask your client to help you discover, more so of some concerns that they might have, that you will then be able to lead into more of an upgraded treatment for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So I look at a couple different things. I really like to start with more of an integrated approach in the first place and look at the big picture. They may start with a basic facial, but my goal, of course, is going to be upgrade to an exceptional facial, and even potentially upgrade into the LEDs, maybe a peel, maybe a microdermabrasion, ultimately. For the optimal results, I always think optimal results. So one of the first questions that I like to ask the clients when they come in, tell me a little bit more about your skin. Tell me a little bit more about your goals and what you want to see over the next 3 to 6 months. That right away will set the expectation that one treatment is not going to completely fix their skin, but rather it will take a period of time. From there, I present them with a full solution. So at this point, I'll say for optimal results, what I would recommend from a professional treatment standpoint, and then we'll talk about the daily care standpoint as well. I find as clinicians, we often do ourselves a disservice by being too nervous to offer upgrades or to offer daily care recommendations. And we can't be, because they're getting these products from somewhere. They're getting those additional enhancements from somewhere. Nowadays, you have marketing campaigns coming from you left, right, and center. So it's really important that you shine in the treatment room. And then from there, as you're going through maybe some objections, something like I typically say you have the 3 Ps: the price, the pain, or the actual procedure itself. These are the 3 concerns that clients will often have objections about. If it's the price, we can talk about the very, fair upgrade price or simple upgrade price to be able to add on, say, a chemical peel or chemical exfoliation to their procedure. It could be something, the procedure itself. How is my skin going to look afterwards? Am I going to see some physical exfoliation if we decide to go with the exfoliator? Or am I going to be a little bit red after the treatment? I have a date tonight, or well, let's be honest, who has dates right now? But So we want to go through the actual procedure itself or the potential of the pain. And oftentimes this comes from either extractions, which is going to be in most facials anyway, or it's going to come from the pain associated with potentially microdermabrasion or the exfoliation. So I talk to them. It's very comfortable, a nice little way to explain it. Especially with microdermabrasion, I love to use the analogy of it's kind of like a cat licking you with a dirt devil. It's very mild, very comfortable, tolerable. We will apply the mask afterwards. We're going to bring down inflammation in the skin. You will be healthy and glowing by the time that you leave. So it's really getting into your client's head, getting an idea of where they're coming from and meeting them in the middle with their expectations and their goals in a specific time period.
Such a great point. Meeting in the middle and truly understanding what their pain points are. It's a great point. I wouldn't even have thought of, what would be holding them back as far as discomfort being one of them. And it's so true, especially if they're newer to professional
Something
treatment.
as simple as a microdermabrasion. I've had clients before that were terrified because they didn't know and they thought that it was a dermabrasion, not a microdermabrasion.
No.
So just the simplicities of really explaining the procedure thoroughly before moving forward.
Yeah, and it's something, I guess, too, as clinicians, we live and breathe in the treatment room. And so microdermabrasion or chemical peels or like enzymatic exfoliation, that all is like second nature for us. And we get excited hearing about it. But if it's not something that somebody is exposed to on a regular basis, it can be a little bit, nerve-wracking, maybe have a little hesitation associated with it. So that's all wonderful points. Thank you both, Roxar and Holly. Love that.
Somebody made a good point as well in the chat, just reminding them of goals, Aphrodite. That's great. Oftentimes you just go back to what their goals are. So we had discussed that your concern was the hyperpigmentation, and this is why I'm making the following recommendations to help you achieve your goals. So that's just something else to add to it.
Yeah.
So thanks for the feedback.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping up with the chat. I'm not able to see it, so please, thank you. Okay, so the other thing is really helping to resonate is different scenarios. So I thought it would be really nice to have both Roxar and Holly kind of walk through the different scenarios as far as recommending an upgrade or treatment for their clients. So very common scenario, aging concerns and discoloration. So the treatment option would be a rejuvenating facial with an LED upgrade. And that is a typo on my end. It is a red LED upgrade, so I apologize. But Roxar, so here is the rejuvenating facial. I think if you could just walk us through kind of where you then bring up the two things, bring up where you start to mention the upgrade opportunities, but then also how you're tying in those take-home products that your client can go home to continue to the treatment when they're not able to be in the treatment room with you.
Yes. So first, when we do, obviously, this is where we're gonna look at all the notes we made on a consultation one we did earlier. So we'll just okay, we're going to do a rejuvenating facial with green LED. So I'm just gonna tap to them and then we're just gonna look at the skin, feel the skin. This is where we can just make or break the deal, that's how it goes. So because you're touching their skin, you can tell them, okay, their concern is anti-aging with the pigmentation. So you just explain them how the rejuvenating facial is going to help diminish those fine lines, the wrinkles, but it's going to help over them brightening the skin too. And then when you talk about LED, you can just tell them, so I'm going to tell them, okay, this is going to penetrate more deeper into your skin. It's going to break the melanin and it's going to overall in a couple of series, it has to be in a series. One treatment is not going to do it's not going to give you the optimal result. So you explain them a bit more and then I will explain them step by step when we're doing a facial. So I'll be okay, so we're going to start as pre-cleanse and then cleanse, and then you explain them, we'll exfoliate, we're going to massage, we're going to do extractions, and then I usually like to explain what in the product is. So if I'm just using cleanse as needed, I will be okay, if they have a little bit more rough texture into their skin and they have a little bit because they do have a pigmentation problem too. So glycolic acid is going to really break down, it's going to clean their skin, it's going to decongest their skin, but it's going to break down the melanin into the skin. So I just tell them, okay, if we're doing a cleanse as needed, it has a 10% glycolic acid. When you already telling them ingredients, what's in your product, they already have getting that knowledge. They're already getting education. So it's easier for you to, at the end, to explain them, okay, these are the products we talked in the room. So they already know what the product is doing because you already explained them. So it's much, much, much easier to sell those products when a client is about to leave. So comes from cleanser. If your client is sensitive, don't use glycolic acid, just use cleanse daily, because that has more nourishing, has a rose hip into it. It's gonna help, like, it's gonna like not over dry your skin, but it's gonna plump your skin. And then when it comes to what's the thing called, then after that you choose your exfoliation according to your client's skin. When I'm doing rejuvenating, I prefer peel away the ear, because that enzymatic exfoliation, so those enzymes going to break down again, the pigmentation to the skin is going to rejuvenate, cell turnover. That it has obviously papaya, pumpkin, and then the seed, and all of those enzymes going to brighten their skin overall. So again, make sure you know a couple of your ingredients in the head, because when you tell them ingredients, they know you are confident. They know, okay, you know what you are saying. So after that, you just like after exfoliation, we'll be going to do extractions. In these days, we're not doing steaming, but in regular days, we'll go back to steaming hopefully soon. So crossing my fingers on it. And then that's where you will just put pre-squeeze on it, just to help you, make it easier to do extraction, so less painful. So then if after that, you can just like, okay, this is time for our mask, but if we are doing an LED, so we put Let There Be Light. Let There Be Light is a powerful lightening serum. So when you put that on and you go over with LED, it's going to give them that really nice pumping glow, but it's going to create, like, break down the melanin to the skin, which is causing the pigmentation. So at the end, you can just like choose your eye cream, make sure focus on SPF. When we're doing brightening facial with LED or rejuvenating facial with LED, SPF is very, very important. So you just make sure you cover that up, because SPF is, and then again, after your, when you're gonna do the massage, just like, that's where let your client relax, put those ingredients in their skin and be like, okay, this is what you should be doing at home. And this, all those ingredients, like you talked about the product, just make sure your clients have enough education about it. When you tell them every little details, don't talk too much, because you don't want to like make their facial unpleasant. You want to make sure they're relaxing, but you're talking about 1 or 2 ingredients and what is better for their skin and what are you putting on their skin, because some clients do like to know what are you putting in their skin. So it's very better to you tell them what is your next step is. So after that, then you just like, okay, we are going to do the peel. And then if you are doing a peel, if you're doing like LED treatment, so I just say, I'm not going to touch your skin, it's going to hover over, and we're going to do a 3 minutes total. And then after that, we'll be like, okay, we're just not going to take, because it's a serum, we don't need to remove it. And then we go ahead with on top of it a daily dose of water, which is going to lock that moisture into the skin. And it's going to pump fine lines, wrinkles, hydration, So, and then top of that, I like to use Feel Better. Again, exactly because it has hyaluronic acid serum into it, which is going to help with anti-aging. That's the main concern is. It does have a sage seeds in it, which is going to brighten their skin. So, and then you just like put the obviously SPF eye cream. Don't ever skip eye cream, because I love eye creams too. So that just tell them it's going to help their puffiness, dark circles, And then after at the end, just finish your appointment with an SPF. And make sure you just make all of your notes and tell them to relax. And then when they get up and you take them to the front, you go over each products you mentioned. And then I don't like overwhelming my client too much. I don't like to just give them all the products I use in a facial, because that's just way too much. So I always start from 3 products and I tell them, okay, these are, and then always focus. Sometimes clients do already have some of the products at home, which is they're like a good, they already like, here and there, they have good products. You don't want to be like, if they already have serum, you don't want to tell them, oh, purchase another serum, because they won't take it. You want to just tell them the products, talk about the products they don't already have at home. So if you do that, and then later on talk about the products they already been using and how you want to just slowly move them onto this brand. So this is what I like to do personally in my facial, and I kind of like to educate them on ingredients.
It's a couple things that really stood out. I know when we were talking is well, 2 things. One, the honesty. I know we
very important
that a lot, and so just kind of share with everyone. We want to make sure that we're always being honest, and when we're recommending treatment products to take home, it's not really selling. So I think it's just kind of a shifting in just a mindset of, yes, we want them to go home, but these are products that we know 100% fact is going to help them to accomplish their skincare goals. And the time frame, to kind of circle back to Holly, discovering, you know, what are their goals and what is the time frame that they're wanting to achieve those goals. So when we listen to those and then we're making these recommendations, it's always coming from an honest place, not I want to sell a bunch of product. It's I want to help my clients, and these are the products that they need to go home with in order to help them. So listening and just always having that honest approach.
Honesty is very important. Exactly.
Meg actually has a great question here. I just wanted to pop in from the chat. Is it okay to read about the products in front of the clients and what it does, ingredients, etc.? Absolutely. Now, what I always like to ask, just to ensure, and I kind of just give them almost like a little preface to the facial, you know, I love to be able to inform you, to educate you about some of the products that I'm using, because so much of your results are actually going to come from home care. So being able to educate them during the treatment. And at that point, if they really just want to relax and they really don't want you to discuss everything during the treatment, they'll say, you know, I'd prefer just to relax and enjoy, but you'll kind of get an idea. But a lot of people are really thirsty for that knowledge, and they're coming to you for your professionalism. Sorry, Danielle, I know we're close.
No apologies needed, please.
Jump into the products.
Yeah, and we won't. As far as home care, you guys all mentioned this, and just wanting to tie it full circle, and everything that we're doing, it pairs, it's 360, right? It's what you're doing in the treatment room for them to help their skin, and then it's what they're doing at home to help their skin. It's a long-term relationship, both you and your client. And I think these, to kind of wrap things up, I think seeing is believing, and really experiencing the products yourself and speaking to the products, but also sharing the results that you've received from clients. I was at a training, and one of the estheticians likes to, you know, share with her clients of, I have a client that was presenting with some of the similar skin concerns that you are right now. And this is, you know, a few products that we recommended and had her set up, and her results, she was just absolutely blown away with her results. So here is a personal, we kind of painted all that picture. So I'm going to skip through here and share, Roxar was very kind to share her personal before and after photos. So I wanted to, you know, wrap things up and leave this with you guys of a wonderful visual. So Roxar, those are the, sorry, to back up really quick, these are the products that you use. So it was a 3-step regimen with sunscreen, because sunscreen is a must. So sorry, needed to point that out. This is before, this is after. How long between your before and after were these photos taken?
This is 4 months apart.
Okay, so just 4 months.
4 months apart, yep. So and I will tell you guys my routine. So I used to cleanse. I didn't use glycolic as a cleanser. I prefer cleanse daily. I was doing that, and I was exfoliating. And I won't say this regular basis, because I was using obviously a retinol mask. I did 21 days straight retinol mask, and then I give it a week. In that week, I was doing every other day a lactic acid, and I was using Let There Be Light every morning. Every morning I was drenching my skin in it. I wanted to make sure. And I was using SPF regularly. I never go out with an SPF. As soon as I got skin damage, I was just like, SPF. Like, I'm married to SPF. It stays in my bag. I keep it everywhere. So that was a 4 month apart. I was after 21 days, I did another 21 days again, and I gave it a week. And then after that, I started doing every other day. So this is what I kept in my skincare routine, because I felt like I want to do lactic acid more in it too. So I was just doing 1 day lactic acid, 1 day retinol. So it literally brightened my skin so much. Actually, I was shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was shocked, because I have been to dermatologists, and then the medicine did not work for me. I was using even hydroquinone. They had a mixture of hydroquinone, retin-A. It was not helping. It made me more sensitive. But when I did this regime, amazing. I was just like obsessed with it. Yeah, I still do. Here and there, I still use it.
Yes.
One thing I would love to point out here, especially with the Let There Be Light, there is that nanopeptide 1 within this formulation that really helps to suppress the melanocyte stimulating hormone. So when someone suffers from melasma, this is a must-have in their daily care routine every day indefinitely. And that's where you're really, really starting to pull and lift that pigment with that complete solution. It's absolutely amazing with the Rumex and the alpha arbutin, and then of course having that peptide in there.
Exactly.
So I love these results here.
This is 4 months without a facial, just the home care routine.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is because I didn't want to do a facial to overwhelm my skin. So I'm like, I'm going to give my skin a break and just do the home care regularly. And I was just like surprised. This is
and
like
the clients love the results with the Sleep It Off mask because it does warm up on the skin within a few moments. So it really feels like you're getting a mini facial every day for that 21-day period of time.
And when you wake up after the Sleep It Off mask in the morning, your skin is plumped.
Yes.
It looks so youthful. You look healthy. I feel like I'm happy when I get up in the morning.
Got a facial while you were sleeping with a Sleep It Off mask.
Exactly.
And then here was a photo you sent me just the other day. So
that was yesterday.
Yeah, the results are continuing on. So I think that's a good lesson too for us. Take pictures of yourself before you start a new skincare product, skincare regimen, and document it. We look in the mirror every single day. Our clients look in the mirror every single day. So encourage them to take their own before and after photos. So that way we can truly see how far we have come in improving the overall health of the skin. So thank you, Rexar, for sharing that with me. Personally love the products, but I think really seeing those results drive home the power and the impact that a clean skincare line that's plant-based can truly deliver.
Yeah, and I think that's where if we use products on ourselves, we know what exactly product feels and how to treat the skin. We can't just like blindfoldly tell a client, okay, buy this and this is going to do this. But when in general, we don't know how exactly it feels on our skin. Like, if it warms up, does it tingle? Does it, burn anything? Something like, we don't really want to use the word burn because we don't want to tell clients it burns. Does it tingles? So I like when I just like talking to anybody, like esthetician over here, I tell them to use products on themselves. If you do that, I swear you get so much encouraged. You're just like, okay, I know I can do this. I know what exactly this product is going to do. So when you know this, you are going to be like pro at selling.
Yeah.
So when I always show, I'm not gonna lie, I always show my before and after to my clients. As soon as I show them, products are gone. They're buying it. They're buying it.
Great. Shout it from the rooftops. Well, thank you very much, Rexar and Holly. I do want to open it up, and Holly, I'm going to ask for your assistance here since you can see the chat and I'm unable. Are there any questions to close anything out?
We've just had some beautiful feedback. Beauty sleep, gorgeous. Where's the pigment? Love this. Lots of great feedback there. So that is amazing. Oh yeah, back to Jacqueline, actually, a little comment here, like peel. So when we are using our chemical exfoliators, you're not going to walk out like Samantha. You're not going to look like you just literally burnt your face off. I say to my clients, I'm not trying to polish you down to bone. I'm trying to rejuvenate your complexion and give you a healthier complexion. Exactly. So though you may see some physical exfoliation perioral, it's not common for you to see your skin shed off like a snake.
After micro, I feel like after micro, you do get a little bit of shedding, like in a couple of days, like
a little bit, yes.
Just a little, it's not like too much where you just like, oh my gosh, I can't go out. No, these are very safe and effective treatments. You don't need to take off from work. You're not missing any of your work day or like, any other appointments if you have, because these are very easy and you can like take put a little bit more hydration. That peel, you won't even feel it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With the right daily care, you will hardly even tell that you had a more active treatment, which is great.
Yes.
Results without the downtime.
Yes.
I have a question here. How can I become a master in Clarity as well? I want to be ready for when the aesthetic services open.
Great question. So we have on our digital college, you will access the online courses. So the first step is our associates program. Once you finish, there's 5 modules there. Once you finish the associates program, then you're able to register for the master's courses. There's 10 different modules. Each module, so there's some changes that we've made since COVID, feedback that we've heard is people are asking if they could take the classes more frequently. So it used to be one module for the master's course a month, and then it would unlock another module. So it took about 10 months in order to achieve your master's certification with Clarity. We have since changed that. So now you can take 3 courses per month. So every 10 days, you will have a new course that will open up that you'll be able to take. We wanted to make sure that everybody's retaining the knowledge that they're learning in these online modules, and that they're able to apply them in the treatment room with their clients. Allow that information to really sink in, and then go ahead and progress forward to that next training. But we felt that 30 days was just a little bit too long, and we heard from everybody that was slightly too long. So we did make that adjustment. So you are able to take 3 courses every 10 days, and it's all online. If for whatever reason you have trouble accessing it, just let us know and we'll help walk you through it.
And Jacqueline has just dropped in the education guide. So in the chat, you can go ahead and make a click on that.
I actually want to go over one quick little thing, because sometimes clients ask, oh, I can purchase the same products from over the counter, or drugstore. So that's where we want to educate them. Okay, so when they buy those products, they fill up chemicals. There's not going to, they're going to irritate their skin. So you want to teach them when they come to us or special skin therapists, we're going to educate them about the ingredients, how these are medical products. They penetrate more deeper into their skin. These are going to give them a better result down the road. So you just want to educate, because when they go to a drugstore, nobody going to educate them about anything. So this is very important to teach your clients, not like different between normal products and high-end, ingredients products, medical grade pharmaceutical products. So I do get a lot of those clients questions like, oh, I can purchase them from drugstore. Like, no, you can't. These are not there. Those products are full of chemicals and parabens, so which is not good for our skin. So just to educate a little bit more of your clients about these stuff, because some clients will just say, oh, no, I can get the same from drugstore. No, they're not the same. So just make sure you just try to educate a little bit more of your clients about these stuff.
Such a great point.
And there was one more question that came in here. When are we expected to start the PhD level program?
So we are working on what's next for Clarity Masters. We have a lot of things, that we're developing. So stay tuned. I promise, and I do love the passion and excitement that is around education. It really does tie into our core values as a company. So please stay tuned. We are working on some really exciting things.
Excited.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Ragnar. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And we will definitely have more of these webinars to come. So have a wonderful day, and thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Mag leave.